Howdy y'all, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before or familiar with it, you know that my main focus is on rebuilding a trashed old single wide mobile home. I've had it for a couple years, almost getting close to halfway done, but I am taking the next few months off for the winter. So I thought I'd let you guys see one of my other projects, which is this vintage old camper van that I've been working on about the same amount of time. So pretty much just on my spare time. It's farther along than the house, but not quite done yet. But I thought I'd let you guys see the intro to that from when I first got it and filmed before I started destroying it and rebuilding it. I'm including an intro video that I made almost 2 years ago. To me it's kind of cringeworthy, but hopefully you'll enjoy that too. So without further ado, enjoy. Thanks. What's up YouTube? So it's just my first video here for this old beat-up motorhome that I got a couple days ago, and I just wanted to give you guys a look at it before I start to do a teardown, because yeah, it's in pretty sad shape, but it's a pretty unique rig, so I think it's worthy of getting a new life. So let me give you a little tour, and then you can see my progress after that. Alright, let's go. So starting off, looking at the front end of the little camper van here, it's based off a 1972 Chevy Sportsman Beauville model, which is the G30 upper end. Comes with factory air conditioning, which is pretty cool. I don't know if it works, probably doesn't, but at least the components are there that I can replace and get it working at some point. Got to get a new window here on the right. It's just plexiglass for now, but I'll get a new carpet kit as well, just freshen this area up. It says 17,000 miles. I'm assuming it's 117. Being a motorhome, probably not all the way up to 217. But we'll come above to the top here. This little bunk is pretty cool. And it's probably made for kids sleeping up there, but I've laid up in there and it's you know, fairly comfortable for one person. But I'll just use it as storage in the future for sure. Probably put some cabinets in there. And as you can see here in a second, still have the stock screens and the stock dining table, so I'll refurbish those. Alright, stepping back a bit, we'll go up into the ceiling here, and you know, it's okay. I did take out the bezel around the vent there, and I will be taking that complete unit out and getting a fantastic fan, because they are just that. You can see here that it is coming down from the ceiling, and you can obviously see it down there. It is a one-piece unit that, you know, is molded into these awesome cabinets, but I'm thinking that I can cut it along here where it goes from the smooth to the textured area and get rid of this whole unit here, since it is delamming from the ceiling. Hopefully it isn't going to have these fall down with it. I'm pretty sure these are probably cemented or anchored in there somehow, so you know, other than just on the ends. But so I'm thinking I'll cut this down all the way to the back end and use cedar shiplap or planking to, you know, redo the ceiling. Coming on the passenger side of the rig here, we have the dining room couch, or dining couch area. You can see that there's been some water damage there. Not too bad, considering how old this is and that it's a Northwest vehicle. Up above, these cabinets are sweet. Unfortunately, they put a speaker in there, so I will definitely be milling these in there. We get a little bit of your classic mold, but it's fiberglass, so I will just clean that out and paint it. And I'll be replacing the lighting there with some recessed 12-volt puck lights, and you can see some more damage to this wall here. I'll probably replace that with actual plywood, not particle board. Underneath here we have the water heater, which I hear works on propane, electric, and the motor. So I think if you see those two red tubes there, I believe those go to the engine block, and so if you're driving you can get some hot water going by the engine temp. You can see the fresh water tank there. I believe it's 40, or it looks like 20 gallons. It could be 40. I think that could be 20. Sounds about right. But anyway, decent size for the size of the rig. Coming over to the driver's side, and we still have the same issues with a little bit of water damage at the base of the window there. Not too bad on that side. Used to be a CB radio there. It is no longer there. Here is a battery box on this side. Underneath here, some of the models, there was a generator section in there that goes to the outside, but this one looks like it's just storage. And then we have our electrical panel underneath here. And so you have your 110 circuit that comes in there, and your 12 volt conversions. And I will be redoing that whole thing, probably putting solar in. The 110, 115 volts actually work right now, so that's nice. There's the conversion switch to when the 12 volt lights. None of them work right now. Not exactly sure what this is or this. Haven't paid attention to it yet. And here's, oh my goodness. There's how you turn on the hot water, or the water motor right there. Don't think it works. That's how your hot water heater works. Don't think mine works at this time. There's that. There's the section couch on the passenger side, and you can see this one has quite a bit more water damage, more to be expected. And I will be replacing all this paneling. And again, the upper cabinet, at least they didn't drill into that one, so I could probably refurbish this cabinet, and then I will be rebuilding all this. The drawers, I do have the bottom drawers, they're just in my garage, I already took them out. And the cool thing about this little couch back here is it's a bed too, and you just grab so and pull out, and it has legs, and obviously goes that much farther to have that cushion go behind it. So that'd be a good sized bed. The couch is up above the table that goes in that hole in the floor. It's up in the bunk up there. You can put that across the two couches and create a bed to sleep that way. But I might be taking this couch out and making more of a desk, so keeping the same level as the kitchen counter all the way across, and making that more usable space for office work or whatnot, depending on if I keep this to live in part-time or to sell it. Not sure how original I'm going to keep it, but that is one of the ideas at this moment. So definitely in the planning stages. Alright, here's the kitchen area, and I have done a bit of cleaning up in here and just starting the demo, but I wanted to make this video before I got seriously into the demoing, so that you could see, you know, what I'm starting with. And so I just took a lot of things off the walls and just throwing it over here. These plastic bins, they're pretty cool, but you know, 73 plastic, it doesn't stand up to time very well. It gets all brittle, and you can hear it cracking when you touch it. So yeah, just gonna get rid of those, and your super hi-fi speakers that were in the cabinets, and a couple little vintage things that were screwed into the walls. And there's the sweet CB radio. Unfortunately, the stove's a little too corroded, so it will come out. I'll have to get a new one. Sink is fine. I'll definitely upgrade the faucet. The sink's a little small, so if I can find one that's slightly bigger, I'll probably upgrade that. but I can't go too far over because then you get into the sink space. So hopefully find something. I do have the drawers, they're in the garage. And the wheel well's down there. And this catalytic propane heater, not a big fan. A lot of these came with a propane heater that was in where those 3 drawer spaces are, and then they would come in. There's a heat vent there and another heat vent there, and it would push hot air in here, which not very efficient, but then you'll get more dry air. With these catalytic ones, you're burning LP gas in here, so you're going to get a lot more moisture in here. And if you're in the desert, not a big deal, but being a Pacific Northwest van, you don't need to put more moisture in the air. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't even know if that one works. It's pretty dirty, so, but I don't know if I want to replace that with another unit. Ideally, I would love to get a cubic mini wood stove and put it right there, but then it hinders your space for cooking. So if I could possibly move the stove over, then I wouldn't be able to get a better sink. Just move the stove over enough so that I could cook and not have this mini cubic stove in the way. But those things are pretty cool, so we'll see about getting one of those. Coming to this back end, this door has seen better days. It is very rotten, so I will be taking that out at some point and rebuilding it, and that will be quite the adventure. And those 2 little sections of wood down there, quite rotten as well. So we'll be redoing the subfloor, and then obviously putting some sort of hardwoods in here. Bathroom doors held up pretty well, and the bathroom itself isn't too bad. There was a vintage ugly mirror on there that is gone. And coming in here, there was a lot of things screwed to the wall, so end up getting a lot of holes in there, but it'll clean up nice. There was a medicine cabinet with a light here that didn't stand up to the test of time, so I will be trying to find a pre-made one, because this is a wet bath, or making one out of wood and giving it lots of coats of varnish. I won't be putting a fantastic fan in here, but I will be getting a little fan for exhaust there. But otherwise, I might also be upgrading to a composting toilet, you know, depending on if this rebuild is going to be for me or sale. So there's that. Here's some previous footage before I took this old medicine cabinet out, and some pics of the old mirror that no longer reflected. So both of those had to go. Alright, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but it's a 1973 Balboa motorhome. It's one of the, supposedly the first Class B motorhomes that were made. It's very similar to the Chinook motorhomes, but I think they started making theirs a few years after the Balboas came out, if that matters to anybody. Anyway, it's a pretty unique model. Not very many of them on the market anymore. And here's my girl Penny. But yeah, so the next video I'll put up on is kind of more of gutting it and cleaning it out, and then we'll, you know, progress from there. And they're not as in-depth as the mobile home videos I've made, as in, like I think I stated in one of my other videos, that I'm not, you know, showing you me cutting, measuring, cutting, nailing, screwing, gluing things up. For the most part, it's just like before and afters. So if you enjoy it, great. Yeah, come with me on this adventure. All right, take care.